Hi, and thanks for joining me. Today we're having a day out at the Classic Motorcycle Mechanics Show at Stafford County Showground. It's a chilly but sunny day and the bike and car parks are pretty full, so it looks like it's going to be busy. I've been coming to the bike shows here pretty regularly since the mid-1990s and I always enjoy them. They have 2 a year normally. If you've never been to Stafford, most of the parking is across the main road from the showground, so you get in by going through an underpass. Right, here we are then, and let's explore. There's both indoor and outdoor exhibits, and it's split up roughly into sections. We'll start off up at the paddock area. This is where all the racing bikes are on show, and you can get close up to some pretty fast machines. Some of them get started up during the day, so it's sometimes a bit deafening walking around here. Anyway, I'll just let you take in a selection of what's on show. Now here's a racing bike with a difference. It's a replica of the bike George Formby used in the 1935 film No Limits. It's built by a guy called Graham Hardy. He also does a George Formby impression to go with it. The bike's based on a 1926 Triumph Model P, and we'll see a bit more in a minute. This is the Grand Prix paddock, where special bikes are shown and owners get interviewed.
Genuine interest and effort that people put into these bikes and bring them here year after year. And we've got some very unusual bikes to see. And of course we've got Graham, who's coming in on the George Formby bike. Let's give a big round of applause for Graham. Let's hear it. Give us a wheelie, Graham. A bit of a donut maybe. You did one yesterday. You can see the evidence from the donut yesterday. Lovely to see you here. Give us a honk. Aye. Oh Graham, we'll need to give you a mic.
Are you having a nice time? I can't hear you. Are you having a nice time? Fantastic.
Graham, before I do anything, I want to ask, how are the teeth?
Oh, they're fine, yeah. They're some nice steady implants. Yeah, they're very good, yeah.
They don't hold you back, you know, wind resistance.
George Formby had quite prominent teeth, so I thought if you're going to do it, I thought, well, I'll get my teeth sorted out as well, you know.
And you spent a fortune with these implants.
Oh, they're not cheap, these implants.
Bloody hell. Oh. You're obviously a wealthy man,
well,
as well as a famous man. Graham.
Well, no.
Fabulous, huge round of applause here for Graham, entertaining us here in the paddock as ever. One last request, Graham. You pull a full-length wheelie of the paddock on your way out. Well, give it plenty. Another round of applause, folks, and this bike starts first kick every time. Oh, well done. See you later, Graham. And go and see his prize-winning stall round in the GP paddock there. Thanks a million, Graham. Henry, your tea break's over, mate. Come and join us and tell us what...
Isn't Graham a legend?
Oh, he's fabulous.
He's everywhere, isn't he? I just see him everywhere.
He is, absolute legend.
He's what motorcycling's all about, you know, completely barking mad.
Absolutely.
And that's what we love.
Do you think if you're a motorcyclist it's an advantage to be barking mad?
Oh, I think definitely. Would we all agree? Surely. We don't want to be normal, right? We don't want to be a number, do we? We want to be people.
Absolutely.
Yeah? That's why we ride a motorcycle.
Now, I have to ask a question, nothing to do with bikes, but That's about the 20th cup of coffee I've seen you with today. You've got a good bladder, eh? You're obviously.
I think my prostate may be buggered actually. I said,
There's several halls for indoor exhibits, and this is the largest one. There's a balcony all round, and this gives a good view of what's on display. We'll take a look round the downstairs first. This is the Backstreet Heroes display. That's quite a different take on a bobbed Triumph, and the workmanship is superb. But I do have to wonder at how far you'd actually ride it with that wooden trimmed seat. The long alley tank bike at the back looks like it's got a Royal Enfield engine in it. I'm not sure which. There were several Brough Superiors at the show to drool over. This one's advertising an auction firm. Fancy an old petrol pump for the man cave or garage? Well, one that looks old anyway. This company had them with fridges and toolboxes and other stuff built in. That's Alan Millard's V10 Viper. We saw him with Henry Cole and Skid being interviewed outside. This is the indoor stage, and some of their bikes were on show. The Suzuki Kettle and the 1970s Leon Wallace Chopper that they rebuilt on the motorbike show on TV were there as well. We're up on the balcony now, and there's lots of owners clubs displays up here. The Cossack Owners Club always put on a good show with a big selection of Russian built bikes, some I'd never heard of. At one time I had a Ural combination myself instead of a car. Brilliant fun. I used to do about 250 miles a week on it in all weathers for about 5 years. Perfect in ice and snow, but I did end up in a hedge on it one winter's day. BSA Bantams, the workers' commuter bike of the 50s and 60s. I don't think I've seen as many in one place before. A great showing by the Bantam Owners Club. Of course, they weren't only used as commuters, and they've got a good selection of trials and racing versions as well. Here's a quick view out over the showground from the balcony. We'll just quickly flit through some of the smaller halls now. MotoGP had a large stand. They're no longer distributors for Royal Enfield, but they had several other interesting brands on show. Benelli, Keyway, MBP, some really nice looking bikes and at very affordable prices. Now I've seen the YouTube reviews of the Keyway V-Twins in both 125 and 300cc size. I have to say that in the flesh they do look impressive, and the 300 in particular, with its less than 5k price tag, that must be appealing to the aspiring Harley owner that simply can't afford the 15,000 starting price for the Milwaukee Iron. Or if you want something with a bit more grunt, what about the MVP with a 1000cc V-twin for around $9.5 grand? Time will tell with these just how good and how popular they'll be. There was a live auction in another hall. Seemed to be a lot of interest and a lot of bikes to go up on the block. If you like little two-strokes, the National Auto Cycle and Cycle Master Club had a really full display. As did the Sunbeam Owners Fellowship. I've had 2 of these over the years. They're lovely bikes. Some interesting modified ones on the show here too. This blue one's got a BSA A10 engine grafted in. And one behind it's a 4-cylinder Reliant engine. That one looks like a Ural or a Dnieper or something of that ilk. Then finally we've got a Motor Guzzi version. Time for a spot of lunch now, so I had to walk up to the catering area, and right next door we got the Wall of Death. Ken Fox's family have been travelling around the country doing this since the 1920s, and they still use a couple of the old Indian side valve bikes in the show.
Diving, motorcycle riding, racing and chasing around that 20-foot high perpendicular surface. Hear those engines scream, smell that gasoline. This is the Wall of Death calling you. There's no ropes, there's no wires, there's no glue on the tyres. Step this way.
There was some entertainment outside the pavilion, but of course by the time I got back there they'd taken a lunch break themselves. Anyway, with my delicious Cornish pasty in my hand, I found a nice quiet seat for a sit down. Only problem with shows like this, you end up walking miles. On the outside area, a local Royal Enfield dealer had got a selection of new and used bikes.
That's the old thing, it's the wrong colour. Look at how cheap the pipes are going.
We'll finish off with a walk round the outside stalls. Good mix of auto, jumble and new stuff. Plenty of bikes for sale as well, but I can't say I saw any bargains. I'll just leave you to get a flavour of what was here. And finally, if you fancied experiencing the thrill of riding the TT but without the risk of killing yourself, there was this simulator, and you even got the choice of riders. Anyway, by this time I'm knackered and it's a bit of a walk back to the car park, so I'm going to wrap it up there. I thoroughly enjoyed the show as usual, and I hope you found this little taster of interest. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a like or a comment. If you want to watch more of my ramblings, please hit the subscribe button, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Cheers for now.